Guys, what's going on? So today we're going to go over my plate carrier setup and just a general review of the Crye JPC 2.0. I'll get into a little bit more of why I chose this plate carrier here in a second. You won't be on the tripod for this one. I'll get you some close-up shots of it. I know it's kind of hard to see. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so here we are looking at the Crye Precision JPC 2.0. A couple things I want to get out of the way first. Why do you wear a plate carrier? Well, one, obviously, to carry plates. So you need armor to protect yourself. That's good. Second reason is to carry your ammunition. So carry bullets. A standard combat loadout is going to be 7 magazines. So I have 5 right here, 2 on the side cummerbund, and 3 in my placard. And then on my belt I have 1, and I have 1 in the gun, so there's 7. And then the next reason you'd carry a plate carrier is to plug bullet holes. So carry med kit on here, my tourniquet, my shears, and a med kit I can get to right here. So with that out of the way, we're just going to go over the front plate bag, and then we'll work our way around it and get her done. So most notable thing on the plate carrier as you look at it is this bad boy right here. This is a cool little phone case by Juggernaut Cases. I can stick my phone in here, and no, it's not to take selfies on the battlefield and video your warping sessions. I have done that, it works great for that, but this is a navigation tool device. So on my longer trips, whenever I'm out in the woods, I'll load maps on here. I have it on my phone right here. Can look down on my chest, find out my bearings, headings, azimuths, can plot courses on there, all that good stuff. So this is a great tool for navigation if you're out in the woods, and you can also implement some form of comms if you have self-service. So this is the Juggernaut case. Big fan of it, been running it for about 2 or 3 years. Rock solid, haven't had any issues with it flexing or bending, but I highly recommend that for digital map systems. Now in saying that, you always want to carry a paper or hard copy of a map, and I usually end up carrying that in this little kangaroo pouch back here behind my magazines. So it's good to have backups. Redundancy is a big thing, and you'll see that in this plate carrier as well. So up top I have a map pen right here, wipes off with alcohol wipes, just good for writing on laminated surfaces. And then I have my Sharpie over here. You never know when you need a Sharpie. So moving on down, I have my comms set up right here. So this is just a typical push-to-talk right here. Have it mounted on the wedding with its alligator clip. You can mount these with rubber bands, duct tape, I've seen it all. So this wires into my headset, whether that's Comtacs, Peltors, Sorens, it doesn't matter what I'm running. I'll hook this into here and it'll go up to my headset, and then I can communicate with people. That's a big thing, communicating with teammates, calling your mom, telling you to pick her up off the airsoft field whenever you're done with your games. It's a big deal. So moving on down from there, we have our S-Tac Kiwis. These are the large ones. The mid ones come up to about here. Now these do have Kydex inserts in them. If you can see right there, just wedges your magazine in with Kydex. So they have good retention. I haven't had any magazines fall out on me, so that's a really big thing for me. Holds them well, holds them tight to the body, doesn't stick off the plate carrier too much, so going prone isn't a hassle. And that's a big thing. I wanted to keep this plate carrier as slick as possible. It's designed to be a minimalistic, to an extent, plate carrier. A jumpable plate carrier, as the name implies. So yeah, so there's my 3 magazines there. If I need more, I always have the kangaroo pouch behind here. I still have access to that. One of the main differences between the Crye JPC 1 and 2 is the JPC 2 does not come with a placard, a kangaroo placard on the front. It'll just come with plain Velcro, and you have to buy your own placard separate. Some people hate it, some people love it. I'm indifferent about it. But I've been running this for a while, and it's been working good for me. Moving over here to the side of the cummerbund. So I'm still running the stock skeletal cummerbund. Don't have any issues with it. It's held up fine for me. Don't see a reason to replace that. But first thing you're gonna see on here, we have a tourniquet. It's a cat tourniquet. I just have it held on here with rubber bands through the molly webbing. Always keep a tourniquet on you, multiple tourniquets. So I have one on my plate carrier, usually one in my shirt sleeve on the other side of my body, and then I have a couple in my belt, a couple in my med kits as well. So you always need tourniquets. They're an essential tool to have on your kit. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am left-handed, so all you right-handers, this setup's going to be reversed for you, just to make sense in your brain. So here's some medical shears. Never know whenever you're going to have to cut somebody's Gucci Crye pants off, make them sad. But hey, you'll save their life. They can buy a new pair. So I just have that into the webbing underneath the tourniquet. It hasn't slipped out on me, so the day it slips out is the day I'll buy a pouch for it. All right, moving on to the side, I have some OG flashbang pouches here. Inside I have some fire starters, and then at the bottom I have a little thermite thing. Thermite's cool. It's dangerous. Don't catch yourself on fire. Don't catch your house on fire, but thermite's a good tool to have. It'll melt through deadbolts and everything. So I just have 2 flashbang pouches here. I usually put my radio in this second one. Used up all my flashbangs that I had, so we just switched it to something a little bit more practical to what I've been doing lately. So we put some fire starters in there. Works great. And then again, the radio just fits right in here and plugs into my push-to-talk wire, which I have wired through the cummerbund. I haven't had any issues on the wire catching on anything. And of course, the buckle's great for holding your radio in there. It's not going to fall out. All right, and the last thing on this side of the cummerbund is going to be my med pouch, okay? So I have my blood type on there. It looks cool, and I felt like doing it because people need to know what blood type I am. I don't want to bleed out and not have any blood transfusions available because they don't know my blood type. Extra large zip tie back here. You can use these for anything. Handcuffs, tying something down, shelters, anything. So I just found a spot on here, put it through the webbing, and works great. So the cool thing about this med pouch is this is a tearaway med pouch. Can't remember who exactly makes this, but it just tears away like that, and you have all your med stuff right here. So that's super handy. Make sure you can reach your med kits with both hands. I never know when one of your arms are going to go down, and you have to reach around and get another hand on there. So that's why I put it back on my rear. I have really long arms. I can reach around my back plate and grab this with my left arm as well as my right. So this is a really cool, very inexpensive pouch. It's holding up good to me. And again, that buckle secures it from ripping off if you rub up against anything or not. I wish it was a little bit more slim. This does stick out quite a way, but again, beggars can't be choosers in this case. Okay, moving to the back panel. I have the Haley Strategic Flat Pack on here. This is a Generation 1. Absolutely love this pack. It's amazing. It can expand and contract depending on how much gear you have in there. Right now I think I have a couple splints in there, a couple extra mags. I usually keep my hydration back here. There are areas where you can take your hydration out of this pouch right here. There's a flap, and I just end up running it through my shoulder pads right here, just a camelback. So on this you have one big main pouch. This is where I hang my camelback. Back here, another little pouch for some documents or whatever else you can fit in there. Some candy whenever you get hungry, whatever. And then this is another pouch that runs the length of the backpack. I know it's kind of hard to see in there, but it's deep. I have a whole SAM splint in there, so take my word for it. And then on the rear, this is usually where I'll store my extra magazines, stuff I need to get to more readily. So speaking of that, a lot of people are asking me, hey, why do you run a backpack on your plate carrier if you can't reach it yourself? Well, that's why you got a buddy. You got to ask your buddies to get it for you. It's annoying, so you don't store anything super mission essential in here. You don't want your gas mask in here or something you need to get to quickly, where if there's not someone around, you can't get it. You have to take your plate carrier off and get it. So that's just my thought process behind this. It's emptier than usual right now. I just don't have anything in there for the time being. Don't need any food or anything for the warp range, so that's what our setup is for now. Okay, and finally, coming to the left cummerbund. So I want to keep this side as slick as possible because my handgun is on my left side of my body. If I have a whole bunch sticking out, I'm not going to be able to draw my handgun, and that's not good. So I ended up going with the Blue Force Gear 10-speed elastic pouches. I didn't want to run these on the front of my carrier because re-indexing magazines, what re-indexing is whenever you go through some bullets, not the whole magazine, and you want to top off your gun, you take that halfway used magazine out, put it back in your plate carrier, draw a magazine from your plate carrier placard, and put it in the gun. And that way you don't lose your bullets by just dumping that mag, but you have some to come to later. So the reason I didn't choose these for the front is it's extremely hard to re-index magazines into these. They hold mags really well. It's not easy to put them back in. You gotta use two hands for it. You have to pull the elastic out and then push them down. If you can do that with one hand, good for you, go for it. It just wasn't working for me. So again, the left side is very slick because I want to be able to draw my handgun efficiently. And that's my thought process there. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff on my left side. All right, guys, we're back up from the close-up shots. Now I just want to go over kind of why I chose this plate carrier and go into that a little bit more. So the JPC from Crye Precision has been around for quite a while. It's been a gold standard in the special operations market for plate carriers. The JCP 2 has been around for 4 or 5 years, correct me if I'm wrong. And in my past, I've used several JPC 1s. Loved them. I'm a skinnier guy. They fit me really, really well. Didn't have anything that I didn't need on there. It was slim enough and slicked down enough to where I could put exactly what I need on there, nothing more, nothing less. So I ended up going with the JPC 2 just to try it out. There's not much content on them on YouTube, I know, or at least when I purchased mine, I think 3 years ago. So yes, I have been running this for 3 years. As far as pros and cons go, so I know it's a baby thing. I'm a man, get over it, whatever. These shoulder pads are really thin, and when you're running full kit, it hurts your shoulders a little bit. After a day or two wearing this for a while, your shoulders start feeling it. So there are always options to upgrade these shoulder pads, excuse me. I just haven't done it yet. So that's probably my biggest gripe about this carrier. Other than that, it's perfect for what I need. There's different types of plate carriers. There are slick rigs, Ferro Concepts Slickster, that's a great one. The T-Rex Arms AC1, that's a slick plate carrier too. And what they mean by slick is it's not going to have all this webbing on here. It's going to be more geared toward putting chest placards on instead of pouches. And it's more meant to be concealed, to where this is going to be more of a duty plate carrier, what you're going to be wearing on top of your shirt. You're not going to want to conceal this. And this is a minimalistic plate carrier, and when I say that, it's not huge. It's not going to swallow you. It's meant for you to be able to get into tight spaces, to jump with this plate carrier. Again, JPC stands for Jumpable Plate Carrier. So this is designed with airborne operations in mind. And then, of course, your last plate carrier category is going to be your heavier vests or plate carriers, your IBAs, early 2000s, stuff like that, which are geared more towards a grunt infantrymen, where you're going to carry 20 billion magazines on you and everything else under the sun. And a lot of people are shying away from those and going towards more of the minimalistic plate carriers. And then again, saying that, this is not a minimalistic plate carrier. It's slim, but in no way is this minimalistic. If I was going for something I could slip in and slip out of real quick, I would go with a Ferro Concepts or T-Rex AC1. They're just so slim and slick. They fit really tight to your body. They have elastic cummerbunds. They're really good for covert or concealed jobs, to where this one again is going to be more geared toward duty use. So my last little gripe I have: do not clone this plate carrier. Get your own plate carrier setup. This video is designed for people to get ideas going in their heads, get their thought process going behind what they want, what they think they need, so they can get a base setup and then go out and train with it. The only way I've fine-tuned this and gone through multiple iterations of different setups, and it will continue to evolve, is going out and shooting with this on. That's the only way you're going to figure out exactly what you need on your plate carriers. So in saying that, go out and shoot in your kits. You'll get some funny looks, but hey, you'll be the coolest one on the range. Everyone knows it's a fashion show out there. If you come out with the cool stuff, you're going to be regarded as a member of high society on the range. No, not at all. But guys, get something that works for you. Really think about what you're going to be using your plate carrier for. Whether that be professional use, concerned citizen, Some are just practicing your freedom, which is awesome. But think about that before you just go buy the coolest thing on the market. Guys, in saying that, this has been my plate carrier setup. Quick little rundown of the JPC 2.0. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.